Jessica Alstrom, spiritual teacher, medical intuitive, and quantum integration specialist, answers your spiritual questions and assists you through understanding your personal process while providing tools and techniques to move swiftly through the journey back to light.
Hello and welcome to the Transcendence podcast. Today I am going to be doing a podcast on TICA, my life coaching certification program. And this is a question and answer forum for anybody who's reached out for me to me for questions about the certifications and how it is outlined and what do you actually learn and how is your coaching forum set up afterwards. So I'm just going to I've just pulled about, 25 to 40 different emails of questions for the people that have reached out in regards to this program. And first, TICA is, it's Transcendence International Consciousness Academy. And it is an international forum for people to train directly underneath Transcendence and myself to certify life coaches, and we like to call them quantum light coaches instead of life coaches, but just because we are a collective energy, for a good Google search you can call yourself a life coach, but what you are going to be actually trained in is becoming a quantum light coach. And what a quantum light coach is basically what you're going to be doing is you're going to be becoming a professional alchemist, and an alchemist is someone that transcends darkness into light. And my coaching program is extremely intuitively driven, which means that I am adjusting curriculum minute by minute, week by week in regards to the shift that is underway. So it's not like, 10 years ago I wrote this curriculum and I'm teaching old school consciousness education. It is moment by moment shifting and changing and developing as the times are changing. So, manifestation is quite different than the way I used to teach it 7 years ago. So I have changed all of my curriculum into the fast tracking formula for manifestation. As far as training for a life coach, it's very strategic as far as the belief systems and the healing that needs to occur within before you're certified as a life coach. I care less about you being a great teacher and more about you being a healed being of light. Because once you are completely moving into that authentic space of, you being free from your own blocks, shadows, fears, limitations, griefs, shames, resentments, and humiliations, you will become the most amazing teacher because there is no filter between you and what you can do, which means as soon as you remove all of the filters of who you've thought you've been, the limitations, the lack beliefs, the stubborn, traumatic energy that's sitting in your body, the old stories and dramas and the critic that lives in your head, as soon as that's gone, all I can tell you is that's what's left is access to the universal mind, and the universal mind is quantum knowledge. So you're dealing in probabilities, you're dealing in possibilities, you're dealing in the Akashic records, you're dealing in a workshop that is basically has everything, is everything, and can create everything. So what we're doing is we're teaching people how to basically move back into a quantum perspective and be able to utilize the entire force of the universe to create divinely. And if we can create divinely, then we can heal divinely. And the healing is all just, one thought away. It is one perspective away. So I will tell you, the way that I set this up is I've done this certification twice, and the first one that I did was last year, and it was fantastic, but I was still setting people up to be in-house life coaches. And come on people, I'm in Kansas City, so it's not like the most conscious place on the entire planet. Not saying that there's not a huge consciousness community here, but I felt limited to what I could teach here. And I really wanted to get into remote viewing and, quantum probabilities and time travel and, divine spontaneous healing and creating new mindsets. And I felt very limited in who I could and what I could train here in Kansas City. So I decided to create an international forum to do this. And by doing this internationally, if I was going to create certified life coaches, I wanted to make sure that I took them all the way into their small business. So it's not like a regular coaching program where you join in, you get the curriculum, you gain the knowledge, you set your small business up, and then you're unsupported and you're out there with 100,000 life coaches out there doing something similar. What this is it's a 3-month protocol of intensive personal healing. Because you really don't need to learn how to be psychic. You don't need to learn how to be a spiritual teacher. You are those things. What we got to do is remove everything that's in the way of that. What body problems are in the way, what limiting beliefs are in the way, what people are in the way, what ideas are in the way, what situations are you continuing to create that are in the way. And so the first 3 months are basically about destroying your old belief system that doesn't serve you, healing a lot of your trauma in the past. We do a lot of quantum time travel, a lot of trigger work and regression, both past life regression and this life regression, to go and clear out old timeline issues, balance karma, balance energy. And what you're doing is you're gaining self-love by going and taking responsibility of the past. So self-love is something that you just happen to learn on this journey. Usually I've noticed about month 2.5, people really start just accelerating, because as soon as you learn self-love and get rid of guilt and shame and fear, you can imagine how fast people go. The actual certification is 1 year long. You're training intensively for 3 months, which means that as long as you've moved through your own stuff and you really have a good knowledge of how to take a client through awaken, integrate, and transcend their own lives, then we'll go ahead, I personally certify you, and then I begin training you in consciousness business models. So I teach you about 5th dimensional business model and how we can develop a very lucrative platform for your personal healing practice, and the different certifications that you'll receive through the life coaching certification. So you're certified as a light coach, you're certified as a time travel specialist, and you're basically a certified alchemist. And having those 3 certifications really works with your logical brain to make you feel like you are worthy of being an educated person to deliver universal knowledge to others. And so that's important for me to be able to do that directly with you and give you that certification. The step after that is I plug you into our system of other life coaches, and you begin doing practice sessions with other people all over the world in a safe, non-judgmental place for you to practice your trades and your skills. What I've noticed is when people get to about month 3, they start developing their own unique spin on everything. And that's my platform. My platform is just the mirror for you to remember who you are. And then what happens is when you start working directly with higher self and channel higher self, it's amazing what people are able to do. I've seen some healing techniques that have come out of our first 3 months that I've never seen before, just by getting rid of their own shadows. So after that, after you're certified, what we'll do is we will actually set you up with a 5th dimensional business model. And now what this is I've created a structure of business where you can be almost completely unplugged from the matrix and still take care of your bills, because that's one of our biggest complaints as light workers is, well, I still have bills, I still have responsibilities. So what I've done is I've developed a system for you to be certified under Transcendence and be placed in a Transcendence forum on our website as a practitioner, endorsed personally by me and marketed directly by me. And what that is as I start to remove myself from the personal sessions, personal coaching sessions, I will be endorsing particular students that hold certain frequencies that I think would be workable with other students and other clients and other people who are calling in. And how this is I used to have all of my practitioners come to one of my wellness centers and set up shop and have a business, and we would promote in the local papers, and we would do workshops, and our life coaches would get clients that way. And I thought, okay, that's good, but then that's just another 9 to 5. I said, so what if we created a way where you chose when you wanted to work, how you wanted to work, and it was all virtual, which means that anyone in the world could connect with anyone in the world online and do a session with each other and get paid directly, which means it's not going through Transcendence, and you have your own business that's monitored, managed, and mentored through my business training. So I do a lot of business coaching for conscious people who have a lot to share and give and a lot of healing to deliver, but are not sure how money works and don't feel good about charging. So there's a whole training series that I do with you on charging what you're worth and moving through any lack beliefs as far as what you're worth, and charging something that you feel safe and wonderful charging, and that goes directly to you. I'm just helping you set up your small business that is marketed and supported by Transcendence Wellness Centers. So, and if you felt inspired to open up your own Transcendence Wellness Center anywhere on the planet, that would be something that I can assist you in as well, because really the thing is my goal is to awaken, integrate, and transcend the planet back into love and light, and if I have help doing that, then I am in 100% full support of your business. You can add this certification to other certifications and just have more tools in your toolbox. I always say, the more tools you have in your toolbox, the happier you are. And the more successful you are as a practitioner, because it gives you confidence, and that's awesome. But some of the things that I actually teach is, obviously frequency and vibration, and mastering that, becoming a master manifester, and using the moon cycle in 3 weeks to manifest anything that you want. Removing lack beliefs, lots and lots of childhood repair if needed, brain rewiring, neuro work. Nervous system education and body education. You've got to know the physical body if you're going to be a good light coach. You've got to be able to understand, if you can't read timelines like I can, you can definitely read body language and vocal language, because people will actually tell you all of their belief systems through their stories. And watching people's behavior lets you know what frequency and vibration that they are in and what they actually believe. It's intensive subconscious and unconscious reprogramming training. It is, and there is some other stuff that I train on that only students get. Galactic information, our true history. I do lots of podcasts and workshops on stories of Atlantis and stories of how the game was created in Matrix, like that. And then I do one-on-one sessions with you, because again, it's part of being plugged into an elite system of intense, indigo light workers, empaths that are really wanting to utilize more of the quantum perspective to heal. And the one-on-one session is for your personal stuff, that I do personal clearings and sessions with you. And that just depends on how many students are in the class, how available my time is, but you do get the one-on-one sessions with me as part of the certification. And it doesn't matter where you are on the planet, we can plug you into my system, and that will be through Skype or some other forum that we can see directly at each other. And you'll be plugged into a 2-day system that you can choose from. It's either a Thursday class or a Saturday class that you will Skype live into if you're not in the country. And you'll be able to interact with us via Skype, and we are working on that software to even make it more comprehensive, and putting webcams all over the classroom, so that you'll be able to see everybody there and get to know everybody, because we really are one big family. The curriculum and certification is an open revolving door, which means that anyone can join after having an initial consultation with me personally at any time, which means you don't have to wait for like a semester to start. We are an open door, because what we do is we have people graduating all the time and new people starting all the time, and our graduates become mentors, and they help the new guys, find their way when I'm not available, every day for them, because in the beginning, the first 3 months, you're going to need that, be plugged into the system. And it moves fast, but most people who have done good work on their journey so far and have a basic knowledge of the universal laws, law of attraction, and are interested in more of a quantum theory perspective would love this accelerated class. What I can expect from a graduated student is an example of how my podcasts are, an example of my teaching. I wouldn't certify anybody that I wouldn't have work on me directly. So that all just goes through, the process. And we do hold your hand, and there's a ton of support. So it's not like you have to know everything about the universe in order to certify. You can really be an introvert or an extrovert and be part of this. You just have a desire to really, really heal yourself and others, and help us, help you create a fantastic, wonderful healing practice for yourself that is international, that you can work anywhere in the world, the hours that you choose, which gives you what every indigo light worker wants: freedom. You don't need to go out and get an expensive wellness center. You need a laptop or a phone, and you can actually start doing your life coaching anywhere on the planet. That feels really good to me. And the way that we set up the business model is all about, making it healthy, safe, and with integrity for, the laws of the countries, and making it so that we teach you about, taxes and accounting and all of that stuff, so that you feel safe generating money in business. So you don't need to necessarily have any background in business to be able to have a small business and work anywhere on the planet, and add other things from your toolbox directly to that. You can plug into our system, and we can attach your website, so that you have many, many forums and different funnels for that social media training that we do for you. And then I will be sponsoring, as soon as we get our first group graduated this season, I will be starting to sponsor them, highlight them, and share those practitioners directly with the world, and letting them know where their strength and focus wants to be in their life coaching programs, and release them and get them set up in that small business successful with lots of confidence and lots of support. So you get to be plugged into the certification for a year, and after 3 months you become certified. But after that 3 months, you're going to start coaching, and you're going to need that mentorship. You're going to say, okay, so I had this client today, and this is what happened. How could I have done that differently? And I'm going to be able to actually work one-on-one with you and mentor you through, the more delicate situations that you might run into. The one thing that I can share with you intuitively is the first year and a half that you're coaching, you're going to just attract yourself. So it's not like you're going to attract somebody that's way out of your league. Spirit will give you what you're comfortable with. Your higher self will be guiding every step of the way, and you won't get anyone that is not perfect for your journey as well. You give a healing, you receive a healing. So it really is about reconnecting with yourself in different forums, and it's about awakening, integrating, and transcending other people while you're doing that within yourself. So the first 3 months, awaken, integrate, transcend. The rest of the year is awaken the client, integrate the client, transcend the client. And the weekly classes are a different curriculum that are uploaded into our online platform that's uploaded weekly. Amber, our team mom that we call her, she is in charge of putting up the worksheets, videos, workshops online. So you'll basically build a profile, you'll log in, and you'll have access to every class. So if you can't chime in with us 1 week, you will have access to last week's class at any time. You can also go back and repeat classes. You can repeat, whatever we've got in the curriculum database. You'll have full access. And I just decided to give you full access indefinitely, so it's not like it leaves in a year. And you'll always be able to revert back, and I will always be putting new content in there for practitioners. And that includes any body of work that I have, including workshops and consciousness parenting classes and money classes, and things that I don't release to the public. Lots of podcasts that I don't release to the public. So that will all be in there as well. And I wanted to just do this quick podcast because I have so many emails that I can't answer all of them. And I'd rather you hear from me directly about what this actually is and looks like. I will tell you, we're evolving every day. So by this time next year, our system will be hopefully a lot more sophisticated. I don't believe in debt. So Susie and I have not gone into crazy debt developing the most state-of-the-art, software systems. It's just an avenue for you to get the material, learn the material, practice the material, and be supported through the material. And hopefully by next year we'll have a more intelligent system. But it is really user friendly. Anyone in the world can use it. And we do have Facebook forums and platforms for interacting with the clients. And I'll leave you with that. So hopefully that'll answer some of your main questions for the certification. And if you feel inspired, please reach out to Susie at www.transcendencekc.com, or you can email me directly at jessalstrom@gmail.com. And we look forward to having you join our team soon.
Thank you for joining Jessica on this Transcending episode. Email us directly at jessicaalstrom@gmail.com with your questions and personal challenges you would like addressed on the show. And join us on next week's podcast. You are not alone, and remember, your higher self speaks to you through people, places, circumstances, and events.